That's wild. Kyle really came in here to delete Kate's messages. And somehow, Sri still got in before Kyle. That's a crazy competition. Ooh, my back is breaking. Oh, I'm not getting any callers right now. I'm actually not getting any callers. What time is it? 12:40? I wanted to... I don't know. We could do some Charlie Kirk, maybe. While I wait. Charlie Kirk, wait. Charlie Kirk giving dating advice. Actually, not dating advice. How to not be the problem when looking for a spouse. I guess dating.
America's small businesses rely on...
Oh, TikTok. More TikTok propaganda.
We're here at the Bitcoin.com mobile studio. We are here at the Members Hour. If you want to come on this show, become a member right now. Members.charliekirk.com.
Talk about the donor
class,
That is
members.charliekirk.com. I actually want to start with a member email that we got. It's very important. It's from Stephanie. And it's something I'm hearing more and more. And I think I'm uniquely positioned to address it. She says, Stephanie writes us, "Hi, Charlie. I'm a concerned parent of a 21 and 19-year-old young men. I've seen some pretty big changes in my sons in the last 18 months. Their attitudes about women, Israel, and even God have worsened. I try to temper..."
Imagine writing a letter and you're like, "Oh no, my kids are falling into a negative spiral on women, Israel, and God.
And dispute these false ideologies, but I don't think I make a dent. I'm praying constantly for the Lord to intervene and change their hearts and bring them back to Him. However, I wondered if you consider doing a show on this. Maybe touch on some false teachings by conservatives that are brainwashing young men to hate women, Israel, and even question Christianity. I think parents should be aware and equipped to help their sons. I feel like you have a platform to do this. Thank you so much for your time." I want to lead by this because there's a lot of different reasons for this. Let me first start as to why this is happening and then how we address it. The first, of course, is the why. Young men are entering a disordered society. It's disordered in dating. It's disordered in male-female relations. It's disordered economically. Young women are more empowered to engage in the venom of feminism, where they just want free sex and that...
Yes, it's women that want free sex. Yes.
They want nothing to do with men in any sort of...
In hookup culture, it's by far driven by men being the negative ones when it comes to hookup culture and free sex.
Deep relationship. I experienced this recently where I spoke to a couple of young women at a certain event I was at, and they're like, "We just use men for sex, money, and dinners." So, wow, it's pretty dark. So
yes, that one person Charlie spoke to is every single woman and girl and teenage and human and female. All the female words for female. If it's Trump, it's kid. If it's normal people, it's woman.
And are souring on male, female.
I'm sorry. We don't know if Trump did that. We know he's protecting the people that did. He's protecting them. He's friends with them. We don't know what he did yet, but he is hiding something.
Relations. Secondly, the economics drives some of this, but not all of this. It's a disordered economic environment. It's harder than ever to buy.
Here's, in every survey, men have a much higher body count than women, too.
Buy a home, rents are going up.
That's crazy.
But there's a second part to it that I think sometimes is missed here. So the first of which we need to talk about why it's happening, but then also realize that it's actually not excusable that you engage in this. So I want to play this TikTok here. This is from a young man. It's gone very viral, and he's articulating some of the economic resentment that drives this partially.
Now remember, though, although like women have 28% of Congress, I just Googled it. Okay, men control Congress by far and control government and control the presidency, and they do everything. They set the course. They still blame women and minorities and stuff for all the problems. You know, the big thing here, the left gives no narrative to men. They give no path to men whatsoever, young men especially. Charlie Kirk does. Although it's very flawed, it's very evil, it's very terrible, Charlie Kirk and TPUSA do the outreach. They connect with people. They do teaching, and the teaching they do moves young people towards their ideology. So you might hear this and think, wow, this is terrible, this is gross. But these are kids. They are impressionable. And if they are ideologically captured by Charlie Kirk, that's a bad thing. And Democrats are doing nothing at all to enter the same media space as Charlie Kirk.
Cut 442.
They tell us to stop eating out and rent $2,000 a month. Oh, save for retirement, and yet you can barely save for next week. Go buy a house. Yep, every house is $500,000, brother. I'm not asking for a handout, man. We're asking for a freaking fair shot at life. Our parents did not work harder than we work right now. They were simply just given a better chance. Their wages covered their lives, their bills, their hobbies, their passions. Our wages barely cover our freaking bills for the month, dude. No amount of budgeting can ever fix a system designed to keep us down.
It's true housing was less expensive before, but the idea that our parents, it depends on who your parents are, but the idea our parents could just like buy a huge house, a vacation 50 times a year, and have super fancy technology and super fancy brand new cars all the time. That wasn't true either. Like home ownership is a key point here that we discuss, but it was better for those things for sure. But we live in a it's very different now. Things are different now. Different challenges, new challenges, but they also have their own unique challenges we don't have. Like we have more challenges and less challenges in certain areas.
Doing the best that we can, and yet it feels like the outcome has already been decided.
A lot of young men feel that way.
And again, the populism, Bernie Sanders could appeal to that message from that boy. So like that white guy could either become a populist on Charlie Kirk's side, a Christian white nationalist, and an extremely terrible person, or they can go to the Bernie Sanders side and still be, you know, a good or bad person, who knows, but at least they hate rich people instead of minorities and immigrants, you know.
They're getting priced out of this
Populism.
economy. They can't afford homes, so we have to build more homes to port.
But the third option is that Democrats co-opt the messaging that appeals, like Zohran Mamdani did, on affordability and all that shit, and they can go down the middle and quiet the populism on each side and show an effective solution by government to fix these problems or to make them better. That's another solution.
A bunch of illegals and the H-1B scam. Be harsher on crime.
Yeah. See, Charlie Kirk, illegals, H-1, yeah.
Afford homes. So we have to build more homes, deport a bunch of illegals, and the H-1B scam. Be harsher.
Like deporting people will make homes less plentiful and more expensive by every metric.
Harsher on crime. All those things will help. But what does it mean for you out there? If you are a 19 or 20 or 21-year-old man, well, the problem is when you are economically disordered and societally and relationally disordered, you tend to find yourself engaging in bitterness and resentment politics. And at that moment, we must call timeout. It is all good, fair, and acceptable to say I can't afford stuff and it's wrong. It's all good, fair, and acceptable and should be actually highlighted to say my parents had it easier than me. I am with you. There's been an intentional intergenerational thievery campaign to plunder and to steal your future. But the question, the operative question, is what did you do about it? Politically, we're working on it. That's what Donald Trump wants to do. However, this is where it gets a little bit dark because you can use that disordered reality. You can use the fact that young people are on the outside looking in, and you can mobilize it towards treacherous means. There are a lot of voices out there trying to win over young men. Now, mind you, I don't try to win over young men. We try to speak truth, and whoever likes what I have to say, they end up following me. We have
Now, that right there is a good example of a way to be, so it's like being fake humble, right? So you say, I'm not trying to talk to the young men, but they do listen to me because I say the truth. I say the truth. I'm not trying to manipulate young men. I just say the truth. And that's why they watch me.
That follow us. We have young women that follow us. We have senior retirees. We have veterans. We have Hispanics. We have blacks. We have Asians. I would postulate that we have actually one of the most diverse audiences of anybody in the right-wing world. We have Jews. We have secularists. We have atheists. We have Christians. We have Mormons. We have Catholics, because we don't pander. We don't try to just have a little fringe little corner. And that's the key, is some content creators, they just want to hold on to a fraction of the population, constantly feeding it what they want to hear. And some people that are catering specifically to the resentment of young men, they might consider themselves to be right-wing, but what they actually represent sometimes is very similar to the left rhetorically. They promote resentment-based views of the world. They promote blaming other people for your problems and not taking
The guy who blames immigrants for literally every problem in America.
Taking ownership of your life, and that is key. Yeah.
What has Charlie Kirk said about taking ownership of anything? Like, that's one thing I say about conservatives today. There is no ownership. There is no community. There is no growing as a country. It's all, we hate immigrants. We hate liberals. We hate BLM. We hate all these different enemies in society.
Yes, the rules are rigged against you. Yes, you don't have it like your parents. Now what?
Wait. Is he saying don't blame other people? Like, he just gave them excuses. He just listed excuses for why they, like...
Yes, the rules are rigged against you. Yes, you don't have it like your parents. Now what? You going to complain and just stare at your screen all day long? Or are you going to go make yourself more physically fit? Or are you going to go to church? Are you going to stop watching pornography and stop doing drugs and stop drinking alcohol and stop staring at your screen till 3 a.m.? The question...
I mean, people that are working probably are not doing those things, at least when it comes to a lot of the vices. Like, you can fix all those things, and still you're not going to fix the issues that young people have with the world right now.
It's not the environment, which is important and we must address, but the most important thing is, what are you going to do with your agency? On the left, you hear people say all the time, well, white people are racist, and that's why minorities can't get ahead. But on the right, this is key. More and more you are hearing from some fringe voices is that you can't succeed because we're ruled by the Jews or some Zionist-occupied government. And that is the term they use. It's easy.
Is he running defense for Israel right now? Is that the point of this? Or, like...
to sell people on hating. It's extremely seductive and shallow to tell people they can hate somebody, and it's even morally justified.
Okay, so, like, with Charlie Kirk here, the big issue Charlie Kirk has at TPUSA conferences, when people talk about, like, Epstein and conspiracy theories about Jewish people and about Israel and all that stuff, like, he's trying to balance people. Like, Charlie Kirk hates Muslims terribly. He cannot stand Muslims or brown people. So, like, he calls them foreign invaders that are gonna collapse Western civilization. So it's hard to have a group of people that is anti-Muslim, but they are not anti-Semitic. Those usually come together. So Charlie needs to talk a lot about Israel, a lot about, you know, these different things, because people believe a conspiracy about the Zionist-occupied government in America. They believe conspiracies there, but it's like, hey, Charlie, your audience is going to believe that because they believe all the other shit you believe in. And all the other shit you believe in is also hateful and conspiracy-driven. So obviously they're going to connect to this conspiracy, which is the most timeless conspiracy of all time, that Jews control the world. Charlie. Please drop a like, comment, subscribe. Really cool. Love is all we need. Did you guys see Big Balls got assaulted? Like, sure he did. Sure he did. Ex-Muslim exposes flaws in Islam, becomes a Christian. Democrat hysteria in Texas. Fine, dude. What the heck is going on? Back against
Your
the
call
wall.
has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Well, damn. I tried calling you. I tried being nice for a second. Whoopsies.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay. Can you
Joel,
pause
it's
my
me.
stream in the background?
Sorry, it's me. Fishing Florida.
Oh. Okay.
What's up with the laugh?
Nothing. Just someone else answered the phone.
Oh yeah, that was my wife.
Hi,
Yeah, I assumed. Hi. Hello.
how are you?
I'm doing
So-
fine. How are you?
Good.
That's good.
I am the most middle of the road person you will ever meet. I think.
Probably not.
Probably not.
That's the same.
She's calling
In the
you out.
nicest way. In the nicest way.
Well, so like I'm very far right on some things and very far left on other things,
Okay.
which equal middle.
Okay. So you average out in the middle. You're not in the middle, but you average out in the middle.
That would make me in the middle, correct?
Well, usually it would be like, you'll be in the middle, like on gun laws. You support background checks, but you don't want to ban assault weapons. That'd be in the middle. Not like you're in favor of like,
Well,
okay.
what's an assault weapon?
No, I'm just saying if you're in the middle there, you'd probably be in the middle of the conversation. So like with abortion, you'd be like not pro-life or pro-choice. You'd be like, well, I can be pro-life personally, but there should be some limit to how many weeks you can get an abortion for. I don't think it's murder, but I'm in the middle. Like that'd be in a middle position.
Okay, I understand that, but to be fair, I'm not that way. I'm woman's choice for the most part.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's the freedom position. Places where they tell people if they can get abortions or not, you find that in the Middle East, in Islamic states and fundamentalist religious countries that have theocrats and kings and shit. We don't want that in America.
I was raised Catholic.
That's a crazy.
I was raised Catholic, and I was shunned.
What's an assault weapon? Just so I know where we are.
Usually, when they say assault weapon, they mean AR-15. I don't want to talk about guns right now, though. But I'm not.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not in favor of that.
In favor of talking about
of
guns,
an assault
or
weapons
just in favor
ban.
of guns. Oh, okay, that's cool. But I didn't know your definition of an assault weapon because you keep saying it.
It changes based on the law, but yeah.
Wait, your definition, it changes based on the law?
No, like the definition of assault weapon as defined by law. So in a law, it'll say assault weapon, then they'll define the term of assault weapon on what guns that includes, or it'll be like agency makes that decision or determination. But okay, so one big point right now, for example, I think we should raise taxes on the wealthy, fund programs to help America be better. Trump is doing the opposite, so I'm really anti-Trump. Like we're cutting cancer research, for example, and I'm really I had a lot of family members who dealt with like cancer and Alzheimer's, and Trump cut cancer and Alzheimer's research by 50%. So I'm upset about those things.
No, that would be very upsetting, but let me give you a little background first, okay? On me. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'm a veteran, but I've never voted. I would have voted for Obama. Probably, I don't know, probably would have stayed with a non-vote after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, you're going to try to, like, say Trump is terrible, blah, blah, blah. They're all terrible.
I disagree with that.
Well, it's winning.
Who's not terrible?
Looking at politics as like good, terrible, bad, whatever, those words aren't very useful to me because politics is a constant struggle of different influences that gets different outcomes in government where we get our collective resources and do something through government. So like Democrats want to give more people health care. Republicans want to cut health care from 40 million people in America. So like on that issue, like I would have family without health care if Republicans get their way. So that's a pretty big difference.
You know what I hate? You say you want to debate, but you just Google things.
What? I'm not Googling. I didn't Google that.
I'm looking at you reading your computer screen.
I'm reading the chat. I can put my hands over my eyes. Okay, my hands are over my eyes right now. Okay,
listen, you don't read chat.
Okay, so Donald Trump in America right now. So they want to cut Medicaid from around 17 million Americans. And we know that because the cuts they made to Medicaid are way too big to be what they say it is. So like they say, for example, that the Medicaid cuts are going to be cutting people. Okay.
Who says they're way too big?
So the cuts are big to the point where we're going to have 17 million people lose their health care. And we know that.
What people?
I don't know. I don't know where I am.
I mean, I'm assuming you're still in your room.
You keep interrupting me halfway through a sentence, and I keep losing my train of thought.
Because your eyes are covered?
No, because you keep interrupting me, and I'm trying to get
I mean,
out.
You're very good at interrupting people while they talk, so I feel like you should be good at continuing your conversation.
Do you think you're cool right now?
No, not at all.
Okay, ask me a fact about government that I don't like about Trump. My eyes are closed.
Say again.
My eyes are completely closed. I can't see anything right now.
Okay. What did you say before that?
You know, like some people just know things about like the world. Because I talk about politics every night, so it's not very far-fetched. Like, what did I say that I would need to Google? Like, what would I need to Google there?
No, I've been watching you for the past 3 months, and all you do is Google.
What would I need to Google with what I said?
What did you say?
You don't even know what I said?
I want you to say it again with your eyes covered.
That Republicans are different from Democrats because Republicans want to cut healthcare from 40 million Americans, but Democrats want to expand healthcare for more Americans?
But what Americans do they want to cut it from?
Pretty much anyone that they can get enough reasoning to, or they can convince people to cut it for. So, like, for example, for Medicaid, they're claiming they're cutting people who don't work for Medicaid, but
you just
it's
went
false.
in a roundabout way, saying nothing.
Just because you don't understand things doesn't mean I'm not saying anything.
What don't I understand?
Tell me. What don't you understand? What did I say?
I understood everything you said because you said nothing.
How do you know I said nothing? Is your girl giving you answers right now?
No.
She seems like the smart one.
All right, let's go.
Highly wrong.
Can I talk to her? No, I mean, you're not really ready for a conversation like this. I feel like she's more equipped.
Say again?
It sounds like your girl is more of an adult than you, and I'd rather talk to her.
Okay, why?
Because she could probably have an actual conversation, and you can't.
In what way?
Because I just said about healthcare in America, and you won't engage with it.
Well, I'm watching you at the same time as talking to you, so I'm trying to watch you look at your computer.
Don't watch me. Just talk to me. Why are you
Don't
looking at me
look at your computer.
I have 3 screens in front of me. I would need to look at the ceiling to not look at my computer.
3 screens?
Yeah. How am I not going to look at my computer? And why can't I look at my computer?
Because you're going to Google shit. That's what you do.
Bro, you don't know anything. Why would I need to Google anything? I could debate you when I'm, like, drunk on I could be on, like...
You could, but you don't. You don't debate anybody. You just Google.
You won't even talk about anything. How can I Google anything when you don't have any points to make?
I'm allowing you to convince me to vote for the left. I've never voted.
What issues do you care about?
Basically just the best representation of America.
So, like, Trump is currently helping protect Ghislaine Maxwell, who is a convicted sex trafficker. He's considering a pardon for her. He got her into a really cushy prison. I think a president who does that is really bad.
I don't think this is left or right. I'm not really sure where this lands because it's very weird what's going on with that. There's no documents. How is she in prison?
Well, the documents would be like files that have other names in it. So she's in prison because of information we have about the whole sex trafficking operation and what she did there. But like the files refer to like a list of people who are implicated within the files. No. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But Trump just came out, well, not just, but like a week ago came out and said there is no Epstein files. Then she should be released.
No, he said there are Epstein files, but Obama made them and Biden made them, and they put bad stuff about Trump in the files. Bad stuff to frame Trump. That's what Trump said after that.
Trump says a lot of dumb stuff. I'm with you. Trump says a lot of dumb stuff.
I hate everyone, dude. That's the only thing people say about Trump is he says dumb stuff. No, he's a pedophile. Like it's
No,
just
no.
like we just gotta say it at this point.
Listen, I'm not gonna say that. I won't say anybody's a pedophile without like concrete evidence. But
he would not be giving Ghislaine Maxwell a possible pardon if he was not worried about something. Maybe he funded it. Maybe he traded girls with them. I don't know what it is, but he did something crazy.
How do you give a possible pardon?
So they got her moved from a high security prison, which is a place for convicted sex traffickers, to a low security prison, where she can't even do anything because she has such a bad record. And like, they're giving her a cushy deal to be in that low security prison. And they're considering a pardon for her.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't say somebody gave somebody a possible pardon.
What do you know?
Like
what's one thing you know about the world?
One thing I know about the world?
Yeah, about politics.
Oof. Left or right?
I don't know. Like, do you think taxes should be higher on rich people or lower?
Higher, yes. But how high is debatable.
So like Biden tried increasing the corporate tax rate from 21% to 28%. A little bit. It's a little bit of an increase, not that much. It's just to pre-Trump levels, to help increase revenue to give Americans a better shot at infrastructure and manufacturing. And Republicans rejected it. So on taxing the wealthy, Democrats are 1 million times better than Republicans. So that's one issue that I can vote on.
But didn't the Democrats just block the bill that would have Republicans release the Epstein files because they want to add a bunch of stuff to it?
The opposite happened. Republicans shut down Congress for the summer because Democrats were going to vote on the Epstein files. They shut down Congress for the summer, and now Republican congressmen are in Israel.
So why didn't Democrats vote on it when Biden was in presidency?
Biden didn't run on it. There was no expectation to release any files, and there was a trial for Ghislaine Maxwell at the time.
He ran on getting Trump arrested.
No one talked about Epstein files until Trump. Trump said there's a deep state protecting people, and there's files we need to get in there and find out, and now it's Trump's job to release those things. If they don't exist, then Trump lied to people.
So you're saying Biden never said anything about the Epstein files?
Never, ever. Biden was focusing on getting actual laws passed to help America. And he actually did, but no one gives a shit.
What were they?
Biden passed the biggest bipartisan infrastructure bill in American history. Okay, the biggest infrastructure spending on roads and bridges in America. He passed the biggest manufacturing boost in American history through the CHIPS and Science Act, and also through the Inflation Reduction Act, supporting things like green energy and battery plants in places like West Virginia and mostly Republican states. Biden did a million crazy good things that no one gives a shit about.
A million?
I'm not talking to you. You're. I almost said it. I almost said it, dude. I almost said it. I almost did. I caught myself. Bro, there's like a million birds out here. Bro, are you serious? Do you think there's really a million birds here? That's a really high number. No. Obviously, I don't mean there's literally a million birds. It's a figure of speech. Is there really a million? He said, I'm being facetious, facetious, fascist, facetious, fascist, fatisha, farisha, feticia. I can't say words. I can't say the bad words. I want to say bad words about you because you're stupid. You're just a really immature person. I don't care about your vote. I'm just going to say it. If you're that stupid, you're not voting ever. You're never gonna vote. You're never gonna vote. I don't give a shit about your vote. Okay, you're never gonna vote. That person who I just talked to.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm pretty good, pretty good. Now, first of all, proud Hispanic Trump supporter. And
Great. Thank you for telling me your race right away. And your
absolutely,
ethnicity. I mean, I'm
absolutely.
sorry.
Just because,
I needed to know that right away.
I definitely wanted your opinion, and
Hell
particularly
yeah.
like the Democrat opinion on the Hispanic Americans who support Trump and why.
Are you a Christian?
Absolutely.
I'd say it's because Hispanic Americans are more likely to be higher, fundamentalist Christians or a higher level of what's the word? Religiosity, whatever the word is. Yeah.
Not necessarily. I mean, Mom was Jehovah's Witness. My dad was a Catholic. I'm just kind of in the middle about that. But what people don't realize is that it's in the Hispanic male interest, particularly that of the ones who come here from legitimate background, number one, people who came here legally, people who paid their dues, people who earned their right to be Americans and to become Hispanic Americans. But also what people don't realize is that all of you guys are sympathizers with the guys who are, the struggling, illegal immigrants, people who are migrants, whatever you guys call them, that come into the country, and some of them are bad people. Not all of them. Trump, he's brash. He's a New Yorker. I'm a New Yorker. We tell it like it is. Sometimes we say things that people don't want to hear. But what about people who have family back home that have been victimized by gangs and, warlords, and sometimes people who have been robbed by their own domestic staff to then pay a human trafficker to get on, for example, from the Dominican Republic, a Yola. Go on a Yola with a Yolero. These are kind of like coyotes of the water that bring people into this country, along with people who are being sex trafficked, people who are drug lords. You take Washington Heights, for example. You take what happened at the Dominican Day Parade on the Grand Concourse in the Bronx, New York. I mean, national news. I mean, you have a lot of bad people that are coming in this country. So I want to know the logic between how you guys justify everyone's right to be here.
So first off, my big issue with Trump is largely how he demonizes immigrants in general. He never says anything good about immigrants.
But he makes it immigrants, illegal immigrants, illegal.
No, Trump says that immigrants in general are very violent people. They poison America. Immigrants
illegal
in general. Even people who illegally immigrate to America have a very low crime rate. They're not violent people. They have a lower crime rate than naturally born American citizens.
What happens to our economy in Latin America? It's like when you guys defend all these people.
All I'm saying,
okay,
we can have a conversation, or you can keep on running all over the place. You got to chill out. All right, it's too late for this. You got to take a deep breath. All right, all I'm saying is when Trump talks about immigrants in America, he says things like, if you walk outside, you're going to get raped if you're a white woman in the suburbs. You don't say that if you have an honest interpretation of fixing the immigration system. That's my take on it. Now, you can say that we should be vetting people, we should have a different process for it. All those things are valid. But what Trump does, he goes right to, you're going to get raped because we have too many immigrants here, which we know for a fact you're much more likely to get raped by an American citizen than anyone in America. Okay, that's my biggest point right away.
I mean, when you look at the news and everything that's going on, I mean, it's kind of proving otherwise.
No, the actual data proves otherwise. I know the news is the worst place to learn these things because they sensationalize hot button issues, right? They want to get clicks. So when an immigrant does something wrong, it's a big story because people want to blame immigrants for shit.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the middle of nowhere.
You grew up in the middle of nowhere. I grew up in New York, what was the greatest city in the world.
I moved to a more urban area, though. I moved to a more diverse area. New York,
I grew up arguing with my parents. Mom, Dad, it's not the 70s, it's the 2000s. I can go out dancing. I can take subways. I can live a comfortable life. Stop having the panic attacks. Because we grew up in a relatively safe city. I mean, things did happen, but we just grew up in this bubble of Giuliani cleaned up the city for us, for all of us, for Hispanics, black and white. Yes, there was stop and frisk, but you know what? If you were a certain kind of stereotype, you're walking around with the baggy jeans and you live a certain lifestyle, you're going to encounter problems. You're going to fit the usual suspect button. But if you're a Catholic school kid, clean cut, sadly, if you're light skinned and maybe you don't necessarily look like the average Hispanic that's out there, yeah, there is a little bit of privilege and there is hierarchy in the Hispanic community. Actually, Hispanic privilege makes white privilege look very, very small for those of us who come from Latin America and have holdings back there and properties and kind of we don't have the woke, that whole kind of scenario over there where we're politically correct. We have a masculine, we have a feminine. But getting back to the topic, because of my ADHD, What people don't realize is that there were so many Hispanic people from abroad. Fascism. What? Getting background. You there?
Hello.
Oh, sorry. I was getting some feedback. I think the video was playing in my ear. But what about the Hispanics who are back in Latin America who are suffering the consequences of the floodgates open and illegal immigration? And no one thinks that they matter. And that's kind of like a little bit of an issue.
We try to give foreign aid to other countries that are falling apart to stem the flow of immigration. So like Guatemala, for example, we try to help them develop their farming program and agriculture so they can have a more stable economy so less people have to leave their country. Like we do help countries like that.
Yeah, but less people would be leaving if Latin America could get a hold on their people, particularly people who aren't prepared to leave the country. They haven't taken the steps. They don't meet the education criteria. Some of them are not literate. You know, in the golden age of Latin American good neighbor policy between the 1930s, 40s, and of course the Kennedy administration, who they really fucked it up. I mean, they really fucked it up. They meant well. Kennedy was a Yankee. He was a dreamer, but he just didn't understand the realm of Latin American politics. So you have an era where we had this golden age, but there was a system for people to leave Latin America. Typically, you had to have the resources to get to the capital. So you could go and apply for your visa. You had to take the steps. You had to pay your dues, and you had to speak some English if you wanted to immigrate to this country, which is why there were some of us who were more assimilated than others. Now, do I believe we have the right to speak any language you want? Absolutely. It's America. It's a free country. But do I believe everyone has a right to be here? Absolutely not. It's a slap in the face.
No one makes that argument. No one makes that argument ever.
That's what the Democrat Party does. They want people who snuck across the border to come into this country and do what they want.
Do you really think Barack Obama was nice to immigrants?
He got rid of a bunch of them. But, okay, I'll tell you this. Being a New Yorker, during the pandemic, they rolled the red carpet for illegal aliens. We had no proof of COVID vaccinations. When everyone, COVID vaccination, which thank God I'm a Novid because I bought my vax card from a crackhead on 14th Street, Union Square Park in Manhattan. He wanted $100, and I said, I'll give you $20. And he says, oh, it's fucking crazy. I said, listen, I'll give you $50. He goes, all right, man. I got my card because I was living in an Orwellian society that was telling me I can't go to a restaurant. I can't go to a bar. I can't go to a place and enjoy myself and socialize with friends without this stupid card. So I had,
That's not Orwellian. That's not Orwellian.
These people, it is because other states.
It's not Orwellian. Right now, it's Orwellian when Trump fires random people because they give him stats on labor he doesn't like. That's Orwellian. When the government censors information like that, that's very basic economic data. That's Orwellian.
You know what?
Not COVID lockdowns.
I'd rather what's going on with him happen than the endless spending on transgendered operas in third world countries.
Yeah, because you're stupid. Because you're stupid. You're a dumb person. You're a stupid person. So that's relevant
to American taxpayers.
No, because it's not relevant at all. It's not relevant at all. The amount of money going to trans people is a very, very tiny fraction of anything.
I'm talking about abroad in other countries for a trans opera.
I can't do it. I can't do it. You will not shut the hell up. You will not shut up for a conversation. I cannot handle talking to you. I know you have ADHD. You got to get Adderall. You got to get Adderall or Vyvanse or something. You are going crazy.
I'm not into that. You know, I'm living my life in Florida.
I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm too tired. He won't stop talking. I can't have a conversation with him. I'll come back on tomorrow. I can't. I couldn't even. I can't. I can't. Yeah. I don't know. What am I gonna say? He started talking about getting a vaccine card from a homeless person, and I'm like, what's happening right now? Then how is this unfair to the people in Latin America? And then who knows? Caller is interesting. I don't know what's going on. And again, the whole argument about like if you're a Trump supporter and you think Trump is good for America, when we know for a fact he has done very bad things around young children, and he's defending Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, and he's pardoning January 6 people who went on to abuse children and who beat up cops, violently electrocuting them with tasers and using American flagpoles, trying to gouge cops' eyes out on January 6, giving them pardons, welcoming them into ICE to be ICE agents and to work in Trump's, the executive branch right now. in the DOJ. If you support Trump in any way after that, you cannot claim to care about violent crime from immigrants, especially when immigrants of all kinds, illegally here, undocumented, documented, legally, whatever the status is, they have a lower crime rate than naturally born American citizens. You are selecting what crime to care about based off of what your biases already are. Okay, so you do not like immigrants, you don't like black or brown people, you don't like these certain cultures. You might like them if they agree with you, if they come here and get citizenship and they do everything you want them to do. You might like that, but you cannot claim to care about crime whatsoever. When I talk about immigration, I know these are not invading evil demon rapists. Nothing suggests that. I feel safe in immigrant areas. I feel safe around undocumented people. Okay, I feel safe in these areas. There's a reason why people who grew up around immigrants, who are around diverse areas, like immigration. People who grew up in the middle of nowhere, in all white communities, are afraid of immigrants because they never actually met immigrants. And Trump can fearmonger about white women getting raped in suburbs because they never experienced being around actual diversity and they get scared about it. But yeah, don't claim you care about crime if you don't give a shit about any of the crime happening right now in the White House. You should be against government crime before you're against someone crossing the border. I'm much more concerned with illegal activity to stop illegal immigration than I am with illegal immigration, because the government in America should be your number one threat to freedom. But you cucks are pro-authoritarian government if it fits your definition of what the structures of power should be. You are inconsistent and not principled. You don't give a shit about violent crime. You want to blame immigrants because you don't like immigrants. Just say you don't like immigrants. Don't hide behind, oh, it's because they're illegally here. The Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio were illegally here. The Haitian immigrants were illegally here. You did not stand up for them at all when Trump said they're savages who eat cats and dogs and that they're poisoning the blood of our country. You did not stand up for them. You are hypocrites. You are hypocrite liars. You lie about everything. Lie. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Please drop a like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you joining me. Hope you have a good night. Again, if anyone has any dollars, channel memberships are $3. True, Neptune. Thank you, Sri. Like Hunter's laptop, you guys are brain dead as shit. Go watch the podcast with Hunter Biden. He's a pretty chill dude. I really hope Trump gives Ghislaine Maxwell a pardon, bro. I pray every night he pardons her. Because I want to hear the MAGAs defend notorious sex trafficker. I want to see them because they cannot defy their king. I really hope he pardons her. I really, really, really hope he pardons her. That would be so awesome. I know he's considering it. Just at the point of like MAGA saying immigrants should be tortured in prison, basically, and it's okay if we send them to El Salvador. And now Ghislaine Maxwell is in a cushy federal prison where she can just like chill in a really low security compound. Hey, look at this MAGA movement, guys. Wait. This man, 24-year-old from Ottawa, I can't say his name, has developed a network of bots, including Doge AI, to influence U.S. elections to support Donald Trump and the Republican Party. I'm pretty sure, is Andrew Cuomo using him too? I'm telling you, bro. Thank you so much, MP. Thank you, MP, for $10 on Cash App. MP said, for all the MAGA asshats in the chat. Trump will never pardon her. Please, Trump, pardon Maxwell. Please, please pardon her. Please pardon her. I need to see your cucks cry. I want to see your cucks cry, Trump. Please pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. Please. Please. All right. Thank you for... Yeah. All the generations that worked hard for citizenship. Most generations in America came across the open border, by the way. It's only been the past 20-something years where the border's been militarized. It was never a big thing in American history. For the large majority of American history, it was not a big topic that immigrants are going to kill America. It just was not a big topic. You guys want to see me play Beat Sabers? Want to see me do VR Beat Sabers, dude? I can swallow a bottle of alcohol and I feel like Godzilla. I better hit the deck like a Carzilla. Okay, 1 second. I'll be right back. Oh. Oh, it's dead. Well, maybe tomorrow. I know no one was asking for that. I'm just... No one wanted that, but maybe tomorrow. Alright, guys. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, guys. I appreciate it. MAGA, they would eat Trump's fart if they had the chance. True, they would. Alright, guys. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. What are you playing? I was gonna play Beat Sabers. I'm gonna charge it. No, it's actually dead. I'm not even kidding. It's actually dead. Like, I had the controllers out and everything. I had the controllers. I was ready. I was ready to play Beat Sabers. Like, for real. All right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all the donations. Oh, I have to change the goal. What are we at for the week? With MP 125, we're at 135. Thank you, guys. All right, guys. Have a good night. See you in Discord. Join Discord, by the way. Discord on my channel. Join Discord. We want more people to talk to.